What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, one of the best places on the internet for NFL draft content, NFL draft coverage, and I bring to you an exclusive interview today. I bring on one of the best offensive linemen that you've probably never heard about, but after today, you will. Initially recruited by the legendary Lovie Smith, and recently had an interview with one of the Pittsburgh Steelers scouts on their team. Looked this guy dead in his eye and said, this is an NFL lineman. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and welcome Jordyn Slaughter. How are you today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed to be here. Thankful to be on this show, get my name out there, and also make a great connection with you so we can keep doing these in the future.
Yeah, man. Let's rock it, man. Super happy to have you on today, man. Today, we're going to get into your story, get to know the man underneath the helmet, and there's so much more to football, but there's a lot of football to also talk about too, man. So we're going to cover a lot of things. Take us from the beginning, man. Where are you from? What was it like growing up? And when did you fall in love with the game of football?
I originally grew up in East St. Louis, Illinois. It's not one of the safest places in the world, but we're known for breeding athletes where I come from, and luckily I was blessed to be one of those that made it out. I know a lot of people my age who didn't make it, to see 21 or 18, and
Yeah.
I'm just blessed to be able to say, I came from that place and I made a name for myself.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Those who don't know, St. Louis is divided, I think it's by the Mississippi River. So one part is in Missouri, the other part's in Illinois, right?
Yes, sir, correct.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was there a few summers ago, man. So I definitely see what you're talking about, man. Man, congrats on having a huge pro day, dude. I got to throw some digs at the NFL, and I love the NFL. This is how I make my living, man. But they should have took and had you at the combine, because had you been there, you would have got second place as second strongest man at the combine. 35 reps, man. How did that feel, man?
It felt great. Initially, I wanted 40. What's crazy was when I got back on campus Wednesday, everybody was asking me, the trainers, old teammates, they were like, you getting 40, you getting 30, what we doing? And initially during my training prep, my max amount that I've hit was 40, like the week before pro day. And I just told them that once I get to 30 reps, I'll see where I can get from there. And during it, I got to 35, and I knew I didn't think I had anything left in the tank. So, I mean, I was pleased with what happened. I wish I could have done more, but I'm just happy to put myself in that position.
Man, that's dope, man. I think had I been there, I would have hit 3. You hit 35, man. That's cool, man. That's awesome, man. Who are some NFL players that you typically model your game after, man, when you're out there? You got a lot of good tape out there, man. You're a really strong guy, basically Illinois' sixth swing man. Man, who are some players you model your game after?
The past 2 or 3 years, I really like Zach Martin. I think we're kind of similar players. Very
Okay.
powerful. He came out of Notre Dame like that. A really big guard, which I am. I'm not slim guard, but I hold my weight very well, which is a good thing for me. Zach Martin, every offensive lineman loves Trent Williams. That's the dream, offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Zach Martin, Trent Williams. I think the guy from the Ravens, the center that came out of Iowa, he's pretty good too.
Okay.
I really like those three, and every time I watch their games, I'm always watching those guys.
That's amazing, man. And you're very versatile. You've played all throughout the offensive line. You can play tackle, guard, really pretty much anywhere. What are some things that go into your training that have helped for you to be the player that you are today?
I think honestly, all throughout my college career, especially during spring ball and fall camp, we were always trying to figure out a new rotation with guys leaving, and injuries happen. So I've always cross trained different positions. And when Coach B came on staff, his position coach Bart Miller, he told us that we're going to cross train a lot, which will all play different positions, which will help us not only in college but also in the future. So it's definitely helped me out going into the next level.
I can't say I can play them better than they play themselves.
Now, you were originally recruited by Lovie Smith. Excuse me, the great Lovie Smith.
Yeah,
Got to throw that in there, man. Lovie's the man.
yeah,
Love
he's a good
Lovie.
dude.
Absolutely, man. Man, how did that whole relation, how did that bond between you and him come about? And what did he initially see in you as a player?
Initially, he offered me at a scouting camp. So at Lindenwood in Missouri, they have like a mega camp every year where like all the big schools come out to watch high school football players. And Illinois had reached out that spring but I didn't know if it was going to go anywhere from that. Then once I got to the camp, I met Coach Smith, and all the coaching staff that was there was watching me the whole time. So it kind of, I was like, oh man, like it's kind of weird, because everybody's like staring at you the whole time. And
Mhm.
then after that, Coach Smith walked up to me while I was talking to my mom, and he told me that he wanted to offer me a scholarship. And I kind of know I want to play for Illinois. It's my home state. And the next weekend was Father's Day, and we went up there, and I committed instantly as soon as I walked in his office. So I kind of knew that's where I wanted to play, and it felt like home for me. So there wasn't any more questions after that.
Man, that's it. Yeah, like I'm committed on the spot, man. That's cool. You're close to home. You get to represent your home state very well, which is amazing. Awesome, man. And it shows that you're very loyal too, because like you could have really went anywhere, it sounds
Yeah.
like, right, with what you put out on tape. So beautiful work, man. You have a guy who's in this draft. They're talking about he could go potentially in the first round, man, and that is goes by Johnny Newton, but Jerzon Newton. Man, what were those practices like with him?
They were hectic, man. Some of them, especially in camp, and like in the dog days of camp, you get in like week 2 or 3. Guys are tired of practicing each other. They want to hit somebody else. And Johnny was the same person every day. You know, everybody else is dog tired. Their legs are gone. It's 97 degrees outside. You're in full pass. Johnny doesn't care. He's full speed, full tilt every play, and it really brings the best out of you. Like you're going against him. You have to reach him or cut him off. You have to give your best at every play, no matter what it is. And it really made us as an offensive line better going against that type of caliber player because he only made us better even when we lost because we knew how we could fix it.
Eventually you get selected to the Tropical Bowl, man. Some of the best and brightest college football players out there. What was your experience like there?
Honestly, it was great. They had a lot of really good competition out there.
Yeah.
And I really made a name for myself out there coming from a guy that nobody really knew. Once I declared for the draft and going out there and kind of building a little buzz for myself after, even during the first day of practice, I kind of really submit to myself as a guy whose team should look at. And so I can only have great positive feedback for the Tropical Bowl. It's a great experience.
Amazing, amazing. And then there's a guy, shout out to Levi Drake Rodriguez, a friend of the show. I've interviewed him myself. He got, I think it was defensive MVP of the game. Dude is a dog,
Yeah.
DAWG dog. And I heard, according to your agent, man, you hemmed him up pretty good, man, when you're one-on-ones, man, which speaks accolades to you, man. Well, what was those matchups like between you and Levi?
Even before that, like I remember we were signing in, like checking
Mhm.
in the first day. He was just walking around, smiling. Everybody like, yeah, I'm Levi. I'm Levi. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And I'm like, okay, this dude's like, he looks like a dude. And first day of
yeah,
practice, I'm watching him. I think he goes against one on one somebody else, and I'm like, man, this guy's a motor. Like he doesn't stop no matter what. Even if you stone him off the line, like he's gonna find a way to get off. And I went against him the first time, and it was a little struggle for a little bit. And then I finally figured him out. And then the second time I got him. Now I'm
yeah.
like, okay, like this guy's a really good player coming from a really small school, and it really shows you how much talent there is out there that nobody's really noticing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, there's going to be people, and I always wish everybody the best, but let's be real. There's going to be people in the first round who probably should have went UDFA or seventh round. It happens just about every year.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And there's people who are UDFAs and sixth and seventh rounders who should have been in the day one or early day two. You know what I mean? We see if you ever see those redrafts, and it's like,
yeah,
man, even the Jets backup quarterback, like people, oh, the redraft, they didn't even, when I looked at that, they didn't even have him in there. You know what I
right.
mean? So, and he's dope. I hope he turns out well. I'm just using that as an example. But man, I'm excited for you, man. Where are you training right now? And what are some things that you're doing to give yourself an edge going into draft day?
Oh, I'm training back here in St. Louis. My guy LeGrand Suggs, he's one of the greatest track runners to ever come out of East St. Louis, Illinois, in the past decade or two, and he's only got me better working on my speed. He's training me like I'm a track athlete. So I'm doing a lot of things to work on my sprinting to get faster, which really helped me running my 40 again and all that stuff. And then also taking that to the football field. So I've been doing a lot of good things.
Definitely, man. Do you have a preference of scheme? Obviously, with offenses, there's different. They got zone is different types of lineups for offensive linemen. Is there anyone that you have that you favor that maybe even help for your skills to pop a little bit more?
Throughout my whole career at Illinois, we've been mostly a zone team. When Coach B came, we ran a lot of counter. You saw that in year two. Once
Yeah,
we got onto the scene, we were ranked 14th in the country. We ran a lot of counter and power, and that really stuck to me. Like that was bread and butter for us, and it's something I really fell in love with. So I really love the zone and also a big counter slash power team.
love it, love it. Yeah, you've seen teams like the Miami Dolphins coming there. They're adopting that zone, man. It's becoming more and more popular. Where they're looking for guys just like you who are athletic, they're versatile, and who could bring that to an NFL roster, man. That's awesome. Let's talk hobbies, man. I heard you're a lot like me, man. You are a fitted hat kind of guy, man.
Man, yeah.
Um, Talk to me about that.
So I started collecting hats in 2020 during COVID after we were sent home from school, and I bought my first hat, and I was like, man, I can't just keep wearing this hat every day, you know. So I bought a few more, and then a few more turned into 10, 10 turned to 20, and I'm up to about 100 fitted hats right now. So it's a little expensive once you keep going, and once
Yeah,
you look back and realize how much money you spent on it, but
yeah.
honestly, it's a hobby that I like, and everybody has their niche, and that's mine right now. It's just hats.
That's cool. Well, look, sponsors who are watching this, NFL scouts are watching this, getting to know more about this gentleman here. Go in the description of this video. I'm gonna put how you can get in touch with Jordyn. I'll have his Twitter, I'll have his Instagram, man. And hey, he's worth it. He's worth it. And you were able to connect with a fishing company, fishing hat company when you were in Florida, right?
Yeah. So this I actually have the shirt on right now. So it's Get Real Fish. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
That is cool.
they
That's a
sent me
dope
some
logo.
gear about a week or two ago before my pro day, and it's been like the shirt's really comfortable. I might go work out in it later. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice, man. Shout out to them. They plugged me, so hopefully we can do something more in the future. Be good.
That's awesome, man. I love asking this question too, man. What's in the headphones on game day, man? Game day or maybe when you work out.
Game day, it kind of depends on how I feel when I wake up. If I wake up and like I'm kind of like groggy a little bit, I gotta wake up some more. I might play a little heavy metal, some Deftones or something like that, just to
Mhm.
get my ears ringing.
Yeah,
If I'm want to be chill, I'll listen to some calm music, a little Drake or something, just to keep me level headed.
yeah,
But that's about it. I kind of listen to rap a little bit during game day, but not really. I just kind of want to stay calm.
yeah. Absolutely, man. I like asking that question, man, because I've heard opera, I've heard gangster rap, I've heard heavy metal, I've heard R&B, 90s R&B music. I've heard it all, man. So that's pretty interesting, man.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. And with the hats, man, is there a favorite hat of yours that's hands down your favorite?
Crazy. Speak of that, so I got five of them right now. If you can see them, I'll
Ooh,
show you a few of them.
those are
So
nice, man.
this one, we got the Cardinals
Okay,
home team with I think it's the 125th anniversary patch on the side,
man,
kind of like the Christmas colors on it.
I like that.
Then we got the Cubs with the pink and the purple, the blue with the
Very
All Star
striking.
patch right
Yeah,
there. This is my favorite one for sure. I got this in Minnesota at the Mall of America.
yeah.
The Minnesota Twins with the real tree
Oh
camo. Yeah, with
man,
the 2001. Is that 2001? No, 85 All-Star game.
man.
Man, this is my
Yeah,
favorite.
that's the one.
This is my favorite right here. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
gotta buy it.
That's awesome, man.
I got this one like a few weeks ago. Tampa Bay Rays with
It's
the
my favorite team,
orange.
man.
Tropicana Field with the patch on it. It's pretty dope.
Man,
Then I found this one for my teammate. He had it. The Rockies. I just love the colors on this one. This one is hard to find.
yeah,
And then the All-Star Game patch 2021. So these are like my weekly rotations that I wear. Like I still wear my other hats, but
yeah.
these right here,
It's in
these are my
rotation.
these it's my rotation, my bread
That's
and butter
dope,
right
man.
there.
I'm once we're done this evening, I'll send it to you on Instagram. I only have 30, but hey, man, it's we're building up.
Oh, also I have a hat page. I haven't posted as much, but I'm gonna get back into it. But it's Slaughter Fitted, so just my last
Okay.
name and Fitted. and I'm gonna get back to it, post some more hats because I haven't even shown off my full collection yet. So
Okay, I'll put that in the description here too, man. Awesome, man. Now you mentioned that, hey, growing up in East St. Louis was definitely tough, man, and a lot of people don't make it out of there. It's a place that's really stripped of a lot of resources that other parts of the country, heck, even other parts of that state have. That taking being said, was there some people, man, who helped for you to get to where you are today, man, that have really inspired you?
honestly, my family, growing up, our core value is always being there for each other no matter what. My mom's favorite saying is, "It takes a village, to raise a child." And for 6 years before my sister was born, I was the only child for a while, and everybody uh, seemed to put their hands around me to help me grow up, keep me on the right
Mm.
path,
Yeah,
and just keep me active with sports so I'm not, outside in the streets. So
yeah.
just shout out to everybody back home, people that I grew up with, all my childhood friends, they really helped me level up to a better person.
Amazing, amazing, man. And you had mentioned that also earlier that you're working out, man. With you said he was like a track legend over there, right?
Yeah, he's like a two-time state champion in track and in football. He had a little stint with the Cowboys, but he retired. So now he's just training athletes back in the hometown. So any athletes that came from this area, they probably train with him, and they can only say good things about his training.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Are there any parts of your game that obviously pro day already happened and whatnot? Are there any parts of your game you're hoping to take and elevate and work on going into draft day?
Just working on my feet and my hands. I've always been a powerful person.
Yeah,
Honestly, just getting faster, going against smaller D linemen. That really popped up as something I had to work on the Tropical Bowl. Not saying necessarily I did bad against them, but
yeah,
just being able to move more quicker laterally, especially in pass protection, going against people who are smaller than me, like, a speed rusher versus a bull rusher. There's a difference with that.
yeah.
And I'm getting better at it, but it's something I'm going to keep working on until then.
Love it, man. I love it, man. And it's exciting, man, because out of all the things that you've accomplished, you've accomplished a lot. Like you guys, you were 14 last year in the nation. You know what I mean? That says accolades, and you don't get to there by being a scrub offensive lineman. Like you were there in the trenches, going against the best. Plus, not to mention, Johnny Newton is your teammate, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be on your P's and Q's. You know what I mean? And you went up against guys from other teams, obviously, right? So I like that, man, because some guys they don't have really anything to say for that question, right? They're just kind of like, hey, oh yeah, just thing or two, and that's it. So awesome, man. NFL scouts, NFL teams, they're doing abundance of research on players, man. They're trying to get to know who's this guy who's going to potentially be a multi-million-dollar investment. Who's this guy who's going to be part of our family, represent the organization. What's something you want NFL scouts and NFL teams who come across this video to know about you that they may not know already?
If you just look at my timeline through college, you can only say one thing. This guy's loyal to his program. He's loyal to the team. He's not going to run away when things go bad. We've had our really bad years at Illinois. We've struggled a lot trying to find a way to win the game. And then I stayed through the bad, went through the smoke, and we came out on top. We had a really good year. And even after that, I didn't try to go somewhere else because my value went up. I wanted to stay there and try to build more for the future.
I love it. I love it, man. It's in a day where NIL is kind of just buying people. And hey, get your
Yeah,
bag. I ain't mad at people at all.
yeah,
Get your money. But man, you're a loyal dude, man, and that's gonna pay off, man. And NFL teams want that, man, because they want to know, like, hey, okay, when your 4-year contract takes an ends, when your 4-year contract takes an ends, are you gonna just go to another team, or are you gonna be flexible? So, and that's great to know, man. And then actually, here, last question here. Uh, Once you are drafted, man, what are some of your goals year one in the NFL?
honestly, just to learn as much as I can. Whatever team I go to, whoever wants decides to take me, I just want to go to the vet offensive linemen, and just learn from them. Try to soak as much information as I can from them because eventually, they'll move on or I'll move on, and I'll have to be that top dog. Or that guy that has a lot of wisdom in the locker room to help teach the younger guys coming in, about how to play the game, how to learn our offense and things like that. So it's just really just learning. Like I'm back at square one, like a freshman in college. just learning new offense, learning the schemes, learning our team culture, and just trying to find my way to fit in with that team.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Jordyn Slaughter. It's the man underneath the helmet. You see what's on field. We actually got to know the person, the human being today. Jordyn, thank you so much for coming on the show today, man. Any shout outs before we end?
I just want to shout out my family, shout out to my girlfriend. You know, they've been holding me down since this process started, and they've only been helped from here. I'm just glad to have them in my corner because there's a lot of people out there who don't have anybody. And it's been a blessing so far, you know, to just make it to this point. So I'm just excited to see what happens next month. You know, good or bad, you know, I'm gonna keep my head down and just keep working, wait for my opportunity.
Love it, man. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, comment below in the comment section of this video. Let us know how this interview made you feel. Also, give him a follow in his description. I'm going to have his hats page and his personal Instagram as well, too. Follow the story. Get inspired. Give him a follow on Twitter as well. And we'll catch you guys next time on The Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of The Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.